Communists, they don't like Christmas very much. That's evident to me for a variety of reasons, but I'm not going to go into those. What I'm making this video for is just to explain a few things about the stuff that I've collected. All this stuff here. Now, I am a 40-year-old man, so a lot of this stuff is kind of not really all that relevant to me. But I do have a younger nephew, niece, you know, the children in my family, and I buy them things for birthdays and Christmas, which you can see here. Most of this stuff is actually for them. What a shame they're not allowed to have any of it. What a shame indeed. And you can see there's nothing here that is remotely bad. I mean, the nearest thing to bad you're going to find is a Nerf gun. And I've already discussed those in a previous video, why they're okay. They're not the best toy ever. It's not like we promote guns for boys as being the thing to have. Boys like toy guns, Nerf guns, which is why they're so popular. So I just think it's a great shame that there are people in my family, not my direct family, but they are the parents of the children in my family. And they, for some reason, don't like Christians. So by extension, they're not allowed to have Christmas presents. Certainly not from Christians like me. So I thought I'd make this video and go through a few of the things that they are missing out on. They're not allowed to have these. I've got them here. If they're ever allowed them, they can come and pick them up, or I will send them. But as things stand at the moment, no, they're not allowed them. They are naughty kids is what they're going to think. Well, why else would they not be allowed toys from their family? They're going to think it's their own fault. That's what children do. Whatever happens to them, they blame themselves. Especially when the parents won't give them any reasons and just give them silence when they ask for an explanation. So I have Sylvanian Families, Red Roof Cozy Cottage, a load of little families to put in, and behind there I have a camper van and a beach set to go with that. For a little girl who would almost certainly love those things, absolutely would have great fun playing with those. I bought 2 extra families so you can have loads of kids playing at once and you have sufficient families to fill up each one of these kids' hands. I have a retro game console, Evercade VS, with 50 games, which actually I play a lot of, I've got to say, so that's a great thing to buy. But I bought it for my nephew, because I want him to experience computer games the way they used to be. Not like now, where you have to wait forever for the thing to download, then you have to activate it, then half the things you're tasked of doing are just boring. You need to spend money in order to do them in an interesting way. And at the end of it, it's just not very fulfilling. There's no incremental gameplay. They don't really make you want to go back to them. You're only going back to them because your friends are there. Whereas something like this, 4 controller ports, you have to be in the same room as your friends so you can invite 3 of your buddies round and you can have some 4-player fun with this and the 50 games. I mean, some of them are game collections, so there's probably 100 games in there. I have a myriad of books, which obviously you buy as a secondary present. No kid's going to be thrilled to get a load of books and nothing else. That's probably what they're going to get. They'll get a small Christmas present from the parents. But the parents are trying to impress on them. You are not the bourgeois. You know, you're not allowed expensive things. Rich people are bad. Expensive things are bad. That's communism. That's what they're going to be told. Woke promotes the same kind of rubbish. But books are okay. But like I say, they're not all that interesting. So what I've got here is a selection of political, religious and cultural references, books, stories. I do have some music in there, but that's definitely not allowed. No, my music is bad. I don't know how music can be bad unless it is physically crap to listen to. But nonetheless, my selections are bad. And finally, I have some board games. Scrabble, Monopoly, Pandemic. That's a good one. Very current. And then some other ones in there as well. So that's something which you play with the parents. I don't know what their problem with that is. You sit and play these board games with your children so you can have a conversation with them under the guise of a game, and you're teaching them about life as you play. They're not allowed any of those, so that is a great shame. But I have to thank God for my own life. My experience of life has been joyful. You know, it's not like it's been easy. It's not. It's difficult, and I've had lots of problems which I have now thankfully solved. But I have gratitude for all this stuff and the opportunity to have people in my life that I care enough about to go out and buy things for and really put thought into each present. So the conclusion, dear ladies, gents and Pikachus, is this. Don't punish your children for your mistakes. Don't punish your children for their politics being a kid, because it isn't the same as yours being an adult. And whatever you do, don't take things away from your children and give them no excuse, no reason why you've done it, because they'll just blame themselves. And what you do there is you extinguish any joy or hopeful feelings that child has, and the method of them growing from kid to adult is going to be severely fucking damaged. So that's the conclusion of this, is the children are the people that you do the politics for, remember? So when you're doing the politics, you're at war with everyone, and you're trying to imprint this on your children, the worst thing you can do is stop your children seeing other family members who are diverse in their views, that don't agree with you. And the second worst thing you can do is take the stuff off them that those family members have bought for them and gifted them with, thinking in your mad state of mind that these gifts represent some sort of political sway. They do not. These are not democracies, okay? These are from democracy. In communist countries, you wouldn't get half of this stuff, but it's not because of the politics of the toy or the book or the music. It's because they are attacking me through the child. They've weaponized the children against me, and therefore they've weaponized toys, games, books, cultural references, and everything else you see here, and they've attributed that to me. So my Christmas, my gifts, and me, my good tidings, they are a weapon of democracy. Now, if you ask my communist family members. So that's it. Just don't do that, because you'll ruin the kid. And what will happen is this. As soon as the kid's old enough to leave, they'll go out and rebel against you. They'll come and visit all the people that they were not allowed to visit. They'll see all the stuff they missed out on. And they'll be angry. That's what you're going to do. You're going to make angry, resentful, spiteful, bitter children out of the raw materials of beautiful, hopeful, joyful children that you had. And there is no bigger sin than that, my friends. No bigger sin than taking a child and making an angry child from that raw material. So that's the end of this video. Hope you got the message, and I hope you enjoyed this. And by the way, any children who are watching this, they're not doing it to you on purpose. They are themselves mentally ill. They have problems upstairs, and the way they express these problems upstairs is through you, unfortunately. So it's not that they don't love you, it's not that they don't care about you. They love you and they care about you, but they love and care about the politics more, because the politics are the thing that you are going to become. So just get your head down, do what they tell you to do, pretend that you like all the stuff they're forcing you into, wear the slogans, you know, chant the whatever it is they want you to chant. But remember, you didn't choose it. When you're old enough, you can choose whatever you like. If you want to be a communist, fine, choose communism. If you want to be a democracy person, choose democracy people. It doesn't matter what you choose, it's up to you. You are the captain of your own soul. You're the king in your own life. But at the moment, you're not, because you're still growing. So just wait for that when you've grown to full completion, to full adulthood, and you have the power of choice once again, like the democracy we live in is trying to give you, and I'm trying to give you, but your parents are taking away from you. Just remember, they didn't do it because they didn't love you, they did it because they didn't love themselves. And the second thing to remember is time passes quickly, so get your head down, do well at school, build a social circle, make some friends, and then the second you get out, be yourself. Because that's what we want to see from our children. We want to see you express your own unique view and flavour on the world. We'll be missing out hugely if we never see that. You are so important, and you are vital to the countries in which you live, you children. Okay, so I just want you to know that. You are loved, cherished, dearly. That's not the reason why all this stuff sits here. The reason this stuff sits here is mental illness. So we need to try and be nice to people who are suffering mental illnesses, and don't blame the sick person for the sickness. Yes, they are sick. No, they didn't intend to become sick. So maybe in future we'll find out who or what or why caused the mental illness and the sickness, and we can try and do something about it at that point. But until then, head down, nose to the curb, do well at school, be nice to people, don't forget who you are, and you'll do fine. So that's the end. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. I just wonder what it was that happened to them the people who do this to their children. And why don't they see how destructive it is? It's not helpful and it's not good. It is just wholly 100% bad. Anyway, that's all for now. See you next time.